Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very thirsty episode on Rewired Radio. I'm your host, DJ Drew.
And I'm Coral, your favorite event planner.
And today's guest is one of the most sought-out mobile bartenders. He'll pull up to your vineyard or beachfront wedding, and he'll mix the perfect cocktail for just about any setting. So fill up your glass and let's make a toast for the bartender who tips the most. Woo-hoo. From Hops and Grains Mobile, let's welcome Steve Wall.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Well, tell us about yourself. We are so excited to have you on the podcast.
Thank you. Excited to be here. My name's Steve. I started Hops and Grains Mobile Bartending in 2018.
Nice.
I've been behind a bar for about 15 years now. I started a photo booth before that, and I love the wedding industry, so I kind of didn't know anything about the photo booth. I had to teach myself how cameras and electronics work.
Yeah.
So, I kind of got into it, and then I know bars. Let's get into a bar. So
Right.
Here we are.
Here we are. I love it.
Well, the party has officially arrived. We have a very tasty episode, and I can see you brought some drinks for us today.
I did.
And I can see that it's already been drank a little bit.
We've had a couple. I want to make sure to bring in one of my favorite drinks. It's either whiskey or tequila. I heard you like tequila.
I do.
So I switched it over to tequila.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Drinking is actually one of Coral's favorite hobbies. So I'm glad you brought quite a variety here.
Of course. I think it's a favorite hobby of a lot of us.
Yeah.
Especially after being locked down. So.
Totally. And kind of putting in the wedding perspective, in my opinion, I do think the bar is very important. So
I agree.
Which makes sense because I do like tequila. So
Yeah. Perfect.
So what'd you bring us?
So we got some Terramana Tequila Reposado, and I call this the Jalisco Fashioned. So it's kind of a play on a whiskey old fashioned. Whiskey and tequila, a lot of drinks you can kind of make the same kind of drinks, just switching out the liquor.
Okay.
So I'll make sure not to make them too strong.
Oh, I smell it.
Yeah.
And that's Terramana, huh? That's the Rock's tequila?
That would be the Rocks.
Oh my gosh.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking?
He makes some good stuff.
Damn, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch this all like up close and personal.
Yeah,
love it.
it's a fun process. I get a lot of people staring at me at weddings, which at first I used to think was just weird, but I've kind of gotten used to it a little bit now.
Sure.
So.
And what'd you just throw in there?
So this is some chocolate bitters. So traditional old fashioned, you're going to do some whiskey, a little bit of simple syrup for a sweet factor, and then bitters in it. Tequila, because tequila goes well with agave. That's why we're doing agave for the sweet factor.
Ooh.
And then chocolate bitters. A lot of people don't realize chocolate and tequila goes well.
Chocolate and tequila, huh?
They pair well
Really?
together. So,
Wow.
and then we'll do a little bit of
Oh,
agave.
I'm so excited to try this.
Yeah, it's like I said, I tested it on my wife, and she's
Yeah.
not a drinker, and she enjoyed it. So
Yeah, amazing. And you guys have worked together before, right? So you've seen him make these fabulous
We've
drinks.
worked a couple weddings together. We actually worked like just a couple weeks ago at a
Yeah.
wedding in Lorimar Vineyards.
Okay.
So the funny story, Stephen and I were working a wedding 2021, and they were doing toasts, and as someone was giving a toast,
This is going to be
this-
difficult. I know.
I'm trying not to hit this mic.
You got this. There we go.
There we
Let's
go.
do that.
Luckily, I got long arms.
Yeah.
as someone was giving a toast, he just got up and started singing on the mic. And the dude had a voice, man. He just started going a cappella, and just as soon as he was done, dropped the mic, walked away. Remember that?
On brick.
Like, do you think this was planned, or do you think he had too much tequila?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think it was planned. I think it was just improvised.
You think it's tequila?
I think I might have.
I think it's Steven's fault.
Overserved.
I might have given him a couple. I didn't overserve. He just was on a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was singing, so he definitely was not overserved.
So what's his drink called?
I call this the Jalisco Fashion.
Jalisco Fashioned.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
very excited
so
to try it.
Very basic tequila, a little bit of agave, and then chocolate bitters. If I had orange peels, I'd light them on fire and put them in there, but
Oh,
I don't want to get the studio in trouble. So
yeah.
Yeah, smoke out the studio.
Maybe after for an after party, right?
Smells
yes, exactly.
Well,
Cheers.
thank you. I'm
Cheers.
excited to
Thank
try
you for having me.
this.
Our
Okay.
pleasure, man.
Absolutely.
Oh, goodness.
Hopefully, I didn't mess it up.
Oh man, that is
So
smooth.
yummy.
That is tasty.
Glad you like
Wow.
it. Yeah, little hint from the chocolate. That's all it takes.
Right? That's all you need is just a little bit, but
Yep.
it actually goes really well with tequila, like you said.
It does.
Yeah.
It's sweet and so smooth at the same time.
Yeah, yeah, and it's natural sweetness with agave, so it's a fan favorite. This and old fashioned, I would say, are two of the more popular drinks I do at weddings.
This being one of
Amazing.
them.
This being one of them.
Well, you know, this drink is already amazing as it is, but I think we should make it a little bit spicier and play a drinking game.
All right.
What do you have in mind, Coral?
You know, I like my drinking games, right?
I do.
But I was thinking I can just ask you kind of like a speed round of questions
Okay.
and same thing. If you get it right, we drink. If you get it wrong, you drink. Okay?
Ready.
I'm
Okay.
ready for it.
I'm ready.
You
Let's
up
go.
for it?
I'm ready.
They're easy, I promise.
I hope.
You can't cheat.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Question number 1. What is the most common drink to toast or cheers with?
Champagne.
Bingo. Okay.
I guess we're drinking.
I know.
Kind of want to join you though.
Not yet. Don't worry.
Not yet.
Okay. What are the 2 most common liquors ordered at a wedding?
Vodka and whiskey.
Yes.
Is that right?
Is bourbon of
Bourbon's
Okay.
whiskey,
Dude, he's on
See, I know
point.
nothing about whiskey. Wow.
Yeah, bourbon's
I
whiskey.
had a feeling he was going to get all these right,
Oh boy.
but I started with the easy ones.
Those are the
so
easy
we'll
ones.
see.
Yep,
We'll
yep.
see. Okay. What are the 3 most popular tequila brands?
Ooh, Casamigos. It should be Kirkland, but it won't be. Let's see, Patron and Don Julio.
Are you got them all?
He got them all.
Damn.
Casamigos,
This guy's
Patron,
on
and Don
fire.
Julio.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
Good thing with the Kirkland, like it's a popular one, but
It
not the
is.
most popular.
It is.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you
It-
want to save money,
It's
you go
cost
for
efficient.
Yeah.
It's
This guy's
great
the real
tequila.
deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
The
Talking
real
brands,
deal.
talking brands.
Told you. He's
I don't
no
know if we'll be
phony.
able
This
to-
guy is the
Yeah.
real deal.
I don't know if we'll be able to finish the show if I have to drink all of this.
Right?
Okay. I'm not drinking.
The questions are good though.
I know. Okay. How many cocktails can a typical bottle of liquor make?
What size are we talking? 750 or 1 liter? Or 1.75 liter?
You didn't think of that, did you?
It's 17.
The normal one is 750, right? Like a basic size.
Terramana's
750, like that.
750. It's 16 to 17 drinks.
Again?
16 to 18.
Jeez.
I know the numbers.
This
Good thing
dude's on
this is
fire.
good. Okay. Oh my gosh, we only have like one more question and then I have like
Oh.
a personal opinion question.
Okay.
Okay. What were the most popular alcoholic drinks of 2021? There's 2.
Most popular alcoholic drinks of 2021. Moscow Mule, Old Fashioned.
Okay, so close. Old fashioned and a margarita.
Oh, you got 1.
Okay.
I know.
I think we should
Yeah,
both. We
Margaret.
should all drink on that one.
Drew!
Since you got 1 out of 2.
It's good, right?
Oh my God.
Man knows his stuff.
Okay. Last one's not really like a question, but it's your opinion.
Okay.
So, what's been your favorite signature drink name?
Ooh.
You know how bride and grooms can pick, a
Yeah.
special name for their drinks?
I always like the ones that they incorporate pets names.
Oh, or they
You
put
know?
their picture of their pet with
They
like the bar sign. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think actually though, I love that. I think the coolest one I've seen, and I feel bad because I'm forgetting the guy's name, but the father of the groom had passed away,
hmm
and the father was a huge Manhattan drinker. So the only specialty cocktail was a Manhattan, and they made a whole personal sign saying, was it Bill? I've been like just Bill's Bar.
Oh.
And it was Manhattan. It was a kind of dedication,
Yeah.
and the groom didn't know. The bride surprised the
was
groom with the specialty cocktail.
That is so special.
That was the coolest thing I've
That
seen.
is a specialty cocktail right there.
I think so.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Kind of incorporating it and making it more personal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was the drinking game.
Well, as you can tell, Steven knows his stuff.
Yeah.
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 The man knows his alcohol.
I
Exactly.
do my best.
Well, kind of going back to your intro, you said you were, in the industry for 15 years. Tell us a little bit more about yourself and kind of how you started your business.
Yeah. So, I mean, if we go all the way back, started bartending at just restaurants. I did downtown Gaslamp, San Diego. And then I started managing a bar down in San Diego on Convoy Street for about 7 years. And just meeting reps, creating bar menus, really just doing the whole package.
Yeah.
Kind of gave me all the skills that I have. And then, so I used to own a photo booth.
Right. Which is crazy.
Crazy.
So fun though.
Great fun.
Yeah.
I got married 9 years ago, almost 9 years ago. And we had a photo booth, and I thought it was the coolest thing. So after that, I kind of talked to my wife into letting me purchase one.
Yeah.
And I knew nothing about cameras, shutter speed, any of that kind of stuff. But I kind of taught myself through YouTube. And, I did that for a couple years, got into the wedding industry and fell in love with it. But I was always nervous going into weddings because if a cord didn't work, if the camera, if the lighting didn't look
Welcome
as
to my
well.
world.
I know.
True.
Yeah.
Right? Any technical issue?
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to fix things.
Yeah.
So it's like if the flash wasn't working, I'd push a button. If it didn't work, then I was kind of screwed. So
Right.
fortunately,
Did
nothing
you ever
ever
encounter that? No.
The very first one I had to run to Best Buy and go get another cord. But besides that, they all went smooth. And it was fun, you know,
Yeah.
playing around with everyone with the props and everything. It ended up becoming almost more babysitting because kids like props.
Yeah.
So I had to, you know, tell some kids stop hitting each other with swords and all that kind of stuff.
Uh,
But yeah, and then I just kind of started thinking like the bar is what I know.
mhm.
Weddings have bars. So I was looking, my friend up in Oregon had like a box trailer that he made a bar out of. And I was looking at those. I almost purchased just one of those just flat block box trailers. But then I happened to find a horse trailer on
Mhm.
Facebook Marketplace. And I'm kind of looking at it. I'm like, I think I can cut this wall out and do this. So yeah, I bought the horse trailer, just went for it.
Wow.
And then I ignored my family for about 2 months while I built it up.
Right. Of course.
You know, as you do. And yeah, fortunately, I mean, my wife is a saint and she lets me do all this crazy stuff and trusts me to make the right decisions.
Yeah.
And yeah, it started that way. And I did the first couple weddings for free for some friends that got married. I just said, just give me professional pictures.
Yeah.
And
You
it worked
need
out.
the content, you know, for social media and your website and everything
Exactly.
to kind of get started.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mobile bars have kind of definitely increased most
Oh,
recently
they're
too.
catching fire
especially
right
after
now.
They are.
COVID. Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
So-
mean, that's the one thing is every wedding for the most part needs a bar. Like photo booth was great, but it's a extra add-on or accessory,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
You got to have a bar.
Yeah. It's not necessarily like you need a photo
Mhm,
booth.
mhm.
Exactly. They're
Well,
great.
I mean,
right.
you don't need a bar, but it's kind of boring.
Yeah, who wants a dry wedding, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've done a couple, but even still, I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes people just don't want to have sodas in a bucket, so they still want to hire a bartender to do a dry wedding.
True. So
Yeah,
even if you
yeah.
don't provide alcohol, you're still providing drinks, sodas,
Yeah.
what
I'm
have
doing
you.
one next month where they're doing wood fire pizza, so I'm doing Italian sodas.
Italian sodas.
Yeah, so that'll be fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a little different, but you know,
Yeah.
I'll get them hopped up on some caffeine.
So photo booth was your introduction to get you into the industry,
Yes.
and then basically you transitioned into mobile bartending,
Mhm.
and that's where you are now.
That's where I'm at now.
I
So
love
tell me,
that.
as a bartender, what do you provide for each event, for each wedding?
So I have different packages, but I provide the basics. Obviously, my bar tools, napkins, straws, coolers, any of that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
The basic package, client provides everything else: alcohol, mixers, ice, garnishes.
So the clients provide the alcohol,
Yes.
and is that standard with most mobile bars?
If they're just a mobile bar, the only way in California to get a liquor license is to have a brick and mortar, and then they can get day passes.
Mm.
But most mobile bartenders, they're licensed and insured to serve, but they can't provide alcohol. So it works out.
And which is great, but let's say a couple really doesn't know what they want for their wedding. You're like, yeah, you know, go ahead and buy this, but you don't want them to buy like 6 different types of alcohol. How do you
Yeah.
help them kind of create that perfect cocktail menu for their special event?
So I always either hop on a call or we do it through email.
Okay.
And it's just asking them what their favorites are.
Yeah.
Asking them, I mean, a lot of people I tell them like go to restaurants, try drinks. If you like it, take a picture of the menu. I know proportions.
Wow, yeah.
So if it just a lot of menus they don't say like it's half ounce of this, ounce of this.
Right.
So.
That's weird. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I just say if you really like the drink, take a picture of it
Yeah.
and take a picture of the menu. I can recreate it.
Basically, have your fiance take you on a date,
Yes.
try a couple different drinks,
Yeah.
and send me some photos.
Yeah, that's your homework. Go out on some date nights.
Some date
not-
nights
it's
and get
not-
drunk.
it's not too bad.
I
Exactly.
love that. Yeah.
And then it's just building shopping lists as far as all the ingredients that they want to do, which alcohol to get and everything. I always tell people go to Costco. You
Honestly.
can't beat their pricing.
Well, like you said, isn't Kirkland at Costco?
Kirkland's Costco.
From the game, it's like that's popular because of cost.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's very cost effective.
It's very cost effective because I'm not upcharging on alcohol. So if I could provide alcohol, a $20 bottle, I might charge $200 for.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas with them providing it, they buy it for $20.
Mhm.
I pour it, I have my services, but for the most part, they're getting all their alcohol, their beer, their wine, everything at cost.
Right.
And then the best part is afterwards, they take everything home.
Got it.
So
So they
kinda
get
it's
to
a
keep all their
win-win.
own alcohol.
They keep their own alcohol. So worst case scenario, if they get too much, they stock their home bar.
Nice.
Could be worse.
Go home with some liquor.
Yes.
After
Throw
party.
another
Just
party.
what you want. Great.
Yeah.
A lot of drinking, go home, more drinking. No, you can save it.
Yeah.
You know.
Why not?
Well, it is nice though that a lot of people, especially if they have family from out of town,
Right.
they do like a whole weekend. So a lot of people do brunch the next day or
True.
something. And I go, well, here's your liquor for
Here's
tomorrow.
your
This-
leftovers.
Yeah. Here's
it's
this
perfect.
champagne. You can make, tequila sunrise,
Yep.
vodka orange juice. I don't know anything.
Yeah,
I'm
all
like,
that
what
good
else
stuff.
can we drink
Mimosas?
at 9 a.m.?
Mimosas.
Well, mimosas,
Yeah.
obviously, duh.
Whiskey
For
on the
brunch.
rocks.
I mean, you can
9
have that
a.m.?
at this at 9 a.m. You can do really whatever. It's your
This-
wedding.
I feel like this can go anytime, really.
Ugh.
If you change the agave to maple syrup, it's a breakfast drink.
The agave to maple syrup.
Like, actually.
that
Oh,
sounds
I'm
great
dead
with
serious.
pancakes.
Yeah.
That sounds great with
You can do
pancakes.
whiskey and
This
tequila
and
with
pancakes.
the sweet
Oh
factor
my
being
God.
maple syrup and a little bit of bitters. Breakfast.
Dude, you pour this on the pancakes. This
Yeah.
is just sweeten it up.
Yeah,
This is a very
seriously.
sweet drink, by the way, folks. I mean,
Super good.
yeah, really
like
good.
it.
I know. I probably should have another sip.
So tell us, alcohol is a great form of entertainment.
Yes.
DJing is a great form of entertainment. That's why I love the
Yes.
bar, because
Yes.
you get people loose. I get them on the dance floor. We go
Yep.
hand in hand.
Yes, we do.
So what is something that you do to kind of create a little entertainment factor at special events?
I mean, it's always just talking with the guests, bantering back and forth with them.
You seem really social.
I try to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been behind a bar for long enough to where it's like talking is just, it's by nature right now. But yeah, you can always start at cocktail hour, just asking them how their day is. How was the ceremony? I always like to know that. It's always, it was beautiful. It was this and that
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
everything. And then obviously drinks start flowing. And then when they come back to the bar, conversations get a little more, not intense, but
They tell you things you probably shouldn't know.
yes, yeah, I'm a stranger to them.
Yeah.
By the end of the nights, we're best friends.
Well,
Isn't
duh.
it funny how
Obviously.
you can just tell strangers anything? It feels more comfortable to tell
Oh,
people
yeah.
you don't know anything.
Well, sometimes you don't want to tell your buddies because they can judge you the next
Exactly.
day. The bartender, they're like, I'm not
Right.
going to see you
Yeah,
again. Well,
right.
hopefully not. You never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Run
You
into
never-
each other at
I
Costco.
have.
Yeah, oh my
You're
gosh.
like their best friend.
I am.
You're like their best friend.
It's a nice job because I feel like I have the easiest job at a wedding because I just get them drunk.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I don't.
And they love you.
And they love me.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about what song is this. I don't
Right.
have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about like I gotta coordinate this and this and this and
Yeah.
this.
Leave that to us.
I just
Yeah.
get them drinks,
yeah.
and then
You
We're-
get them loose.
We're a perfect team. I
exactly.
can coordinate. You got the music. He's got the
Yeah.
drinks.
And if I get them drunk enough, then they don't have any problems with anything else going on.
Right.
It works
That's
out.
true.
It works
They
out.
won't worry about what I'm doing. if
I
they're-
try to get the bride to drink right away. She needs it one.
I know.
And if you get them drunk enough, they'll dance to anything.
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 Yeah.
It doesn't matter what I throw
Yeah.
on.
Drew,
Yeah.
did I tell you that in my timeline? So I planned my whole wedding, of course.
Yeah.
In my timeline, I literally put in there bride to have first drink because
Yes.
I can't just go in there like sober.
Yes.
You got to loosen up a
I gotta
little.
sit
Yep.
there. I gotta enjoy my
Yeah.
my champagne. I'm gonna do champagne.
Yeah.
Just kind of like
Mimosas while you're getting ready, kind
yep,
of thing.
Yep. Not when I'm getting ready. No.
Oh.
Not that's early. Mine's like 3 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have
Right on.
any guests ever asked you to do anything out of the ordinary?
One of my first weddings I did, it was a backyard wedding, and I got paid $50 in a tip to dance with this guy's sister.
Oh.
Yeah, she was, and I kept telling him, no, I'm married, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he goes, I'll put $50 in tip jar. I go,
He
where is
paid
she?
you to dance with his sister.
Yes.
Heck yeah, I would do it.
Why?
I don't know. And I was dead sober, and I don't dance when I'm sober. So
With your wedding ring on too.
with
It's
my
not
wedding
like-
ring on,
Yeah.
she had some years on me.
Yeah,
She
I'm
had some
sure.
ears on you.
Yeah, she was at least 25 years older than me.
Oh.
She's a
mhm.
cougar.
So I think
Cougar.
I think she was.
Cougar.
I think she was just, she was probably.
She was
alone
looking
at
for
the
a cub.
wedding. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So it was very
This is
innocent
your
dancing.
doing, by the way, for this.
I know, right? It was very high school prom on the shoulders kind of thing. So
And she was
So you
probably
did dance with her?
loving.
yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
I mean, you can't turn it down, man.
money's
50
money.
bucks
Money
is 50
bucks,
bucks.
50
That,
bucks.
that bought my
Yeah.
kids some toys, so it ended up working
You
out.
did it for them.
I
Yep.
did it for the kids.
You're a gentleman.
Absolutely. I
You're a
tried.
gentleman.
I tried.
You're a
Oh.
gentleman.
Yes.
Well, kind of speaking about people going up to the bar, you see crazy things.
Yeah.
I get a lot of clients that actually come up to me beforehand saying, I'm really nervous about my sister's, high school son going up to the bar and trying to get a drink
Mhm.
because they're in the age where they want to party and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, in that point of view, what do you do as a bartender?
I mean, it's always a tough thing because obviously we can't float around the whole wedding and make sure, like, if they bring a flask.
You're not a babysitter.
I'm not a babysitter. Obviously, we card at the bar if they
Right.
look young. A lot of brides will kind of tell me ahead of time, like, hey, this is 21 only, or there will be underage, because I always ask how many drinking guests there are.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of when they tell me like everyone's drinking,
Then
everyone's
it's
of age.
easy for you.
That makes it easy. If there are underage, obviously it's easy to tell, when kids are like 10, 12,
Yeah. Yeah.
they just get a little bit of liquor, not
Right.
a lot.
If you're 10, just a shot.
Yeah, it just helps them sleep.
15, yeah.
Exactly.
Hopefully there's no 10-year-olds being like, oh, can I have a tequila
know.
shot? Yeah.
No, but they go through the soda real quick.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's a kid
and they're
last week
running
who had,
around.
I think he had 8 7-Ups. His mom
Whew.
did not care. He kept drinking. I was like, all right. Here you
He was probably the best one on the dance floor, though.
Probably.
All that sugar.
Oh, yeah. He was running around. Yeah.
And they probably are so cool, like going up to the mobile bar,
I
like,
know.
can I have a 7-Up?
See, that's the thing is they do like, so it even makes it a good experience for them. So it's nice.
Starting them young.
Yeah.
When you're 21, you can put vodka in your
Yes.
7-Up.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Sure. Dirty Shirley.
Dirty Shirley.
Dirty
Yep.
Shirley. There we go.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's always to check an ID. I had a Canadian guest one time, and apparently you can drink at 18 in Canada. And
So he wasn't 21 and
he wasn't 21. He came up and he showed me his ID. And I go, you're not 21. He goes, but I can drink it in Canada. I go, we're in.
And he's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh.
Very similar.
Right?
Yeah.
Serve me a drink.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah.
nope.
Yeah. So but he was cool about it. I mean, they're all nice. So
Yeah,
Right.
most Canadians are.
yeah. So
Yeah,
he was
you
like,
know.
okay, I figured I'd ask. I'm like, I would too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So speaking of serving, like you mentioned that they go to Costco or any other convenience store, get their drinks. So like that bottle right there, for example, how many servings do you typically need per guest? Let's say you have a wedding for 100 guests.
Yes.
Right? Typically, what's a rule of thumb for, how many servings you need per guest?
So I always say, I tell people for a 5-hour event, which is pretty standard unless they extend the time,
Right.
4 to 5 drinks per guest is a good number to start at. I always kind of ask them, this is for a pretty big drinking group. So how is your group? Because obviously they know their friends and family the best. So if they say like, yeah, we're not big drinkers, we'll lower it to 3. Oh, we're really big drinkers. I'm like, okay, well, we can go higher, but 4 to 5 drinks per guest is a lot. Just because there are the people that are going to have the 7 drinks, 8 drinks, 9 drinks.
Right.
There's always the people that have either 0, 1, or 2, whether or not they're driving, they're not big drinkers, grandparents, stuff like that. So I always say 4 to 5 drinks per person. I've had one wedding where someone had a bottle of liquor in his car, as you do.
Yeah.
And he had to
Yeah.
go get that right at the end. But I was giving 80-year-old grandma 8 drinks.
Oh,
So that was a wedding where
goodness.
everyone was big
So
drinkers.
grandma was getting tipsy.
Grandma got very tipsy. Yeah. So,
8 drinks being a grandma, I would be on the floor.
I know, right?
But hey,
Hey,
What was
goals.
she
power
drinking?
to him.
Goals, right?
What was she drinking?
All vodka.
Vodka, huh?
Yeah,
Must have been Russian or something.
I know.
Oh
Something
my
like that.
gosh.
Yeah. So usually I would say 4 to 5 drinks, and they still go home with usually something extra.
So, they go home with leftover alcohol you were saying earlier, but
Yes.
what do you do with like all the garnishes or like if you open cocktail mixers that you personally brought? Like what do you do with that? Do you physically take it home?
So if they get the package where I bring all the mixers,
Yeah.
if it's open, I throw it away.
Right.
I'm not going to go home with open cans of soda and everything like that.
Yeah.
I do recommend cans, by the way.
Okay.
2 liters, no.
No. Yeah.
No, it's too, I mean, you don't want to see a bartender doing this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you open it, like if you get a 2-liter Diet Coke and you make 1 drink, the Diet Coke's done.
That's so true. I always see cans.
Cans.
I never see the
Bartenders
liters.
love cans.
Because you think liters more cost effective and you're saving from getting cans, but no, because you can make what, 2,
3.
3.
Well, I have 10-ounce tumbler cups for my
There you go.
cocktails.
Oh,
So
then perfect.
I get really nerdy with the numbers when I talk to the bride. So it's like, I know, okay, so you got 1.5 ounces of alcohol, you got 3.5 ounces of mixer with the ice that fills up the thing.
I would be like, whatever tastes good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's usually when I send them this giant math sheet.
Yeah.
They go, you just tell us. I
Yeah.
go, okay, I'll do
It
that.
sounds good. Yeah. Well, I love that. They can, obviously with mobile bars, it's great perks because you buy everything that you want, you take it home, and then just like leftover stuff you don't have to worry about because you just toss it.
Exactly.
Don't buy liters, buy cans.
Yes, cans.
Yeah.
So would you say that is the advantage to having a mobile bar?
One of many. With creating custom menus, because since they're buying the alcohol, they don't have to have everything. If they're not gin drinkers, why would you want gin?
Right.
Because
True.
especially if it goes left over, they're taking that home. If they don't drink it,
Right.
it's worthless. So the cost efficiency is the best part about mobile bars because you're buying the alcohol, so you're getting that cheap. The services usually are pretty good pricing,
Right.
and it's only what you want to serve. and you're not serving what you don't want to serve.
Right.
So it works out, I think, on all levels.
Absolutely. Yeah. More cost effective.
Yeah.
Pretty much go anywhere you want,
Mhm.
right? And you get to keep your alcohol.
Yeah.
What are you doing July 22nd? That's my wedding.
Oh.
Coral's wedding date, ladies and gentlemen. She's
Yes.
getting married in 10 days.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, when I first started planning, like I didn't really know much about mobile bars.
Mhm.
And so like I'm learning a lot on this show, you know,
Yeah.
just like one, I get to take alcohol home, which is amazing. You're not
Yes.
spending all this money on alcohol that the venue gets to keep if it's not being,
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
Yep.
So, which is
Yeah,
crazy.
It's nice. It's, you know, and it's not something that it's hired staff coming in and just pouring you drinks and maybe they talk to the guests, maybe they don't. It's like when you hire someone, especially like me, I'm a very small run business, like family owned. You know, it's all people that I trust. So it's like they're going to have a good time with the guests. They're
Right.
going to make sure that everything is right. And can't ask for more for something like that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And on that note, what do you think is the most important thing when you're hiring a mobile bartender
Mm,
or any bartender for that matter?
Trusting the bartender and the company. Like I said, I'm very small run. I have my wife bartends with me, my brother, and maybe 5 or
Yeah,
6.
I love that.
I know.
Your wife's behind the bar making drinks,
She is.
Aw.
And it's nice. It's a little date night when we get to go out.
right?
If we get to bartend the same wedding, it's
Yeah.
kind of nice.
Yeah.
We're working, but
You're still
we're
there.
we're also having a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to trust the bartender as far as taking care of your guests, not over serving people. If you have someone who's just
Mhm.
getting paid minimum wage, and maybe, you know,
Just,
the company doesn't take care of them, they don't care. My wedding, you know, someone gave the bartender $5 for a whole bottle.
$5
Because
for
we
the
paid for the
bottle?
whole, we did the same thing. We paid for the liquor, but the guest was like, hey, I'll give you $5 tip if I can just have it.
And he gave it to
And
them.
the bartender gave it to him because he didn't care. So as the owner of the company, I've kind of told all my people, it's like, follow the venue. The venue's our boss, in my mind. It's like
Yeah.
if the venue doesn't allow the outside, like you can't pour yourself.
Mhm.
I don't care if they give you 500 because I can make much more than that by constantly going back to that venue.
Yeah, exactly.
Then losing them that one night
Over
because of the one
$5.
guest.
Exactly. You know, one guest saying like, I'll give you a great tip. It's like, well, I'd like to keep working.
Yeah.
So it's, you know,
In the long run,
In the long run, it's a
me
lot.
working is going to be more than your
exactly.
little
So I
tip.
think trusting the company who has employees that they trust kind of thing.
Yeah, that's really
And that's why
important.
Steven is one of the most successful mobile bartenders, folks. You know, you can find him at Lormar Vineyards. Where else are you stationed?
I live in Murrieta, so mostly Temecula, Murrieta based. I'm at Lorimar Vineyards a lot. I'm at the Oaks at Duncan Lane a lot. Winter White Barn a lot. Heritage Hill, Secluded Gardens.
A lot of places.
A lot of places. And
Yeah.
then I mean, that's the nice thing about being mobile. Backyards.
Go
Yeah.
anywhere you
I
want.
go
Yes,
up in
backyard
Corona a lot. I
weddings.
go into Norco. I go Huntington Beach. I go to San Clemente, San
Nice.
Diego.
Yeah.
A little bit of everywhere.
See that?
all over.
Yeah, whether you're in Temecula, Huntington Beach, OC, LA, hit up Steven. He's your guy. He's going to make your party pop. And for anyone out there who wants to hire you for their event, where can they reach you?
You can go to hopsandgrainsmobile.com. My Instagram's Hops and Grains Mobile, Facebook, or you can find me on the Knot.
There you go.
Amazing.
And on that note, I think it's customary for the guest of honor to make a toast.
Oh boy.
So with this delicious drink, would you mind making a toast for us?
I appreciate you guys having me on here. It's been a blast. I'm
Right
glad we
on.
had a little bit beforehand so we can kind of get the nerves out.
Don't tell anybody.
I know, sorry. And congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Have a great wedding.
Yes,
to
thank you
guys.
for
I'm
making
sure
this
it's gonna be
yummy
amazing.
drink.
So of course,
I
my
hope
pleasure.
so. Yes.
Yeah, and then thank you again, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Thank
Have
you.
a good night.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure. came up in lights, he just wants to be heard. Whether it's the beat or the mic, he feels so unlike everybody else, alone. In spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him, but fuck him, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Tox picking it up. Let's go.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still even him starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him cause he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, now the picture connects. Never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote, his will is beyond reach. And now it all unfolds, the skill of an artist.
This is 20% skill, 80% fear. Be 100% clear, cause Ryu was ill. Who would've thought he'd be the one that set the West in flames? And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. I like Bleach, man. Ryu had the stupidest verse, this dude is the truth. Now everybody giving them guest spots and stocks through the roof. I heard he fucking with that
This
stock.
is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.